I think there is no one to criticize in this. The White Sox, in enforcing common sense, normal, not draconian, not out of the realm, not out of the norm workplace conditions, are certainly not in the wrong. And Adam LaRoche for saying, you know what, all things considered, if you're not comfortable with this, I'm going to go home, is clearly not in the wrong. Here's where he'd be in the wrong. If he came out and said, this is a joke, it's a disgrace, they don't care about my family, then I would have a problem with that.
And I don't know.
He hasn't done that.
I don't know what he's saying privately about it, but I'm sure at some point we'll hear from him, and I agree with you. If he rips the organization for that, and some people will say the ripping might be, well, wait a minute, you let me do it last year, why don't you let me do it this year? And what's interesting, and maybe, because we both completely agree on this, so maybe to further the discussion, what if he had one? Now, last year he hit 207 with 12 homers. What if he had one of his better years? I'm looking through his career. There are years he had 25 home runs and 100 RBI, 33 home runs in 2012 with Washington. Hit 271, 33 home runs and 100 RBI. What if he did that last year? Would it be brought up this year?
Would what? Would the White Sox be bringing it up?
Would the White Sox be bringing it up?
No way of
No, I don't either. It's just another, because we completely agree on this thing. That's an element I heard brought up. What if he played really well? What if he had that year last year? Would they be rocking the boat? And then if they said, hey, Adam, this year we're changing the rule, and he said, I'm going to retire, if the White Sox would have said, you know what, 33 home runs, 100 RBI, we don't want him to retire. Okay, maybe they would have found a different solution instead of where they went.
Well, from what we understand, they have still not filed his paperwork.
They're hoping
they're trying to talk him out of it. And maybe he will change his mind.
Maybe he will.
That's up to him. To me, at this moment, knowing what we know, I have no one to criticize. I don't think anyone's done anything wrong.
And our own Booger McFarland, he had said, while I applaud Adam LaRoche for being a good dad, spending time with his son, having your son at the job every day is wrong. Simple as that. I'm not even going that far. Listen, again, I would never do it. This workplace last year allowed it. They allowed it. So there are guys like Adam that took advantage of that, a guy who grew up around the ballpark with his dad, Dave. So while I wouldn't do it, and I don't think a lot of people would do it, I just can't go as far as saying, oh, that's absolutely wrong to do.